Filling out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, is sort of like preparing for this video shoot. You need to get a few things ready, but once you get going, everything comes together. So before we start tackling the FAFSA, here are a few things to prepare. First, look at a calendar. Note that the earliest you can submit the FAFSA is January 1st of your senior year of high school, or the year that you plan to go to college. If you start earlier than January 1st, you may get the wrong version of the FAFSA form, and that's not good. The correct FAFSA is dated for the year in which you will be in college, not the school year you're currently in. Whether you use the paper version of the FAFSA or complete it online, it must be received on or before March 10th if you want to be considered for the maximum amount of state aid. Some colleges and some states have even earlier deadlines, so you only have about 2 months from January 1st to March 10th to get your FAFSA completed, signed, and to the federal processor. If you miss the March 10th deadline, remember you may not be eligible for the maximum amount of financial aid from Indiana, but you could still be eligible for federal aid. January through March is also the time when most people fill out their tax forms. And that's a good thing, because it will be a lot easier to navigate the FAFSA if both you and your parents have completed your taxes before you fill it out. What should you have on hand when completing the FAFSA? Here's a list. A copy of your completed taxes, or if you haven't yet filled out your taxes, any income tax returns and W-2 statements from your part-time or summer employers. Your estimated taxes can also be used. Your driver's license, your Social Security card, any 1099 forms. These are tax statements you'll get if you have certain types of investments. And if you're married, you'll need all these same documents from your spouse. Those are the student documents that are required for the FAFSA. If you're a dependent, which most students are, you'll also need some very important documents from your parents, including their income tax returns or W-2 statements from employers, any 1099 forms from investments. You can also pull these off your parents' taxes if they've already done those. Your parents' bank statements, information about any stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or other investments they have, and records from a business or farm owned by the family. By the way, it's a smart idea to keep a copy of all these documents, just in case you're asked to verify the information you submitted on your FAFSA. About a third of all submitted FAFSAs are checked for verification. So you're thinking, I'm ready to go now, right? Well, almost. You get to choose whether to complete the FAFSA using the paper version or completing it online. Online is strongly recommended because it's faster, easier, and the computer prompts you with questions and information. If you don't have a computer at home, see if there's a computer at your local public or school library. Before completing the FAFSA online, it's suggested that you do these 2 things. First, get your FAFSA personal identification number, or PIN, for both you and your parents. You can get a PIN by going to pin.ed.gov. Then, while you're still online, download a copy of the FAFSA on the Web worksheet at fafsa.ed.gov. Many families find it helpful to fill out the FAFSA worksheet first before completing the FAFSA online. If you have all of these things pulled together, good work. You're now ready to go. If you need help along the way, make a note of these helpful websites. Studentaid.ed.gov is the government's website with specific instructions on filling out the FAFSA. Finaid.org is another free website with down-to-earth instructions about the FAFSA in everyday language. LearnMoreIndiana.org is your home for much more financial aid information. And in.gov/SSACI is the website to learn more specifics about Indiana's financial aid options.